With great power comes great responsibility. The irony of that statement is that the most powerful nation in the world is the most irresponsible nation in the world, the United States of America. The hypocrisy of America and their abuse of power is unknown by many people. Now, first of all, the problem is not with Americans, the problem is with America. More specifically, those in power who abuse it in order to get what benefits them and their wallets the most. They ignore the needs of the majority and selfishly manipulate Americans to believe that their selfish government actually cares about them. Case in point, look at the war in Iraq. The original excuse to go to Iraq was to find WMDs, weapons of mass destruction. Years later, there have been absolutely no WMDs found, and the self-proclaimed greatest country in the world invaded Iraq without a legitimate reason. There are no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, only a significant amount of oil. Speaking of the US abusing power to do whatever they want in the Middle East, here is a statistic that CNN, Fox, and the US government hide from you. In a leaked document depicting 75 CIA drone strikes from 2006 to 2009, there were 756 deaths. 147 were civilians. 94 of those civilians were children. The US murdered 94 children. The United States continues to use drones despite clear evidence that innocent civilians and children are being killed. Is it because drones aren't reliable, or because the United States is willing to kill innocent children? Either way, they don't seem to care, considering that this mass murder still continues today. But America still claims that this war is for a moral cause, and their propaganda has made soldiers who die in this war worshipped, saying that they quote-unquote died for their country, which is complete BS because they died for their government, oil, and pride. It is sickening to see these soldiers thanked for quote-unquote serving their country, which is extremely misleading. They served the 1% elite who run the country. Brainwashed nationalism makes you a tool. Americans have been brainwashed to feel superior over other countries. To call America the greatest country in the world is an overused cliche, and only the US would make it a tradition of unnecessary self-worship. During every New York Yankee game, they sing God Bless America to show how proud they are to be Americans. This so-called pride is subtle superiority. God bless the greatest country in the world. God bless America. To quote Tim McClarth, would God bless a murder of the innocent? Would God bless a war based on pride? Would God bless a money-hungry government? Would God bless the sweatshops we run? Would God bless America? Would God bless America? You tell me.